Hi, my name is Asare and I'm the digital marketer for UBA Ghana. I am young and I'm thriving. When I was a little boy, I wanted to be a trotro driver. Yes, I wanted to be a trotro driver. And my daddy was not in favor of it. I just like how the villagers like it when they see the trotro drivers at that time. You know, it was a village that were trim as Asawa in the Eastern region. But my daddy was not really up for it. He said I should be a doctor, and I wasn't happy about it. Then he was like, if you become a doctor, you would drive as well. So I was like, okay, if I would drive in Kwandie, I would love to be a doctor. And then when I went to junior high school, senior high school, my aspirations changed. I wanted to now be a banker. And then I wrote my WASI, and then I missed the opportunity to read admin. I read economics, and then it changed again. I wanted to be a chartered accountant at a point. I wrote my ICA after my first degree, and then I got a job as an accountant, and then I realized that no, I'm not meant to be an accountant. So it changed, and then I found my way into digital marketing. It started with social media. I like to go online just to go and create content. I like to see how these platforms work. We were not having Facebook and Instagram, all those apps on our phones. So you go to the internet cafe and then you go and browse Facebook or other social media platforms, Eskimi, eBuddy, and then you come back home. And then when you are late, they will punish you, they will cane you. That was how I started off, you know, but the curiosity was there. And it grew. I didn't stop. So as the various social media apps grew, I also learned about them, and I kept writing on social media. I kept posting, and whilst companies saw what I do, organizations saw what I do, and how I write on my social media platforms to communicate to them, they engaged me to do social media for them. So that's how social media found me. I like success stories. I like human interest stories. I like stories about how people are making it. I like stories about charities. I like stories about organizations and the CSR and everything corporate. You understand? So my story creation is quite weird. I'm very spontaneous in my content creation. I don't think too much into it because I feel like when you think through it too much, you plan too much, you tend to put things aside and you tend to procrastinate a lot. So that's basically how I do it. I go to my blog, I blog it, and then I share it on my various social media platforms. I love LinkedIn a lot because of how I learn a lot on the platform. The quality of people I meet over there is amazing, and I tend to love it. I think people can relate more, and the vibe there is very positive, you know, compared to some other platform that, you know, you all know about it. Compared to Twitter, I think LinkedIn is my personal favorite, but I do use all the platforms as well. Sometimes I ignore when I notice that this is not something to worry my head about and I should just focus on the bigger picture. I just ignore it. Number two, I mute. So I could mute an account that is constantly coming at me for doing what I do best. I just mute you. If it is becoming too much, I just block you, so I just don't see my content at all. And I think we are all good. That is basically how I handle online trolls. Winning Digital Marketing Personality of the Year. That was in 2021. I was even surprised because there are so many people in the industry, but by the grace of God, people get to realize or get to see that I'm also doing well in that field, and so they voted for me as the Digital Marketing Personality of the Year. And there are also other wins as well. I get invited to go and speak at various events and occasions and various schools at Garden City University College, UPSA, University of Ghana. I was at all of these schools, AITI, and other institutions as well. I visit corporate organizations to train them on social media and digital marketing, online, reputation management. So these are some of my wins when it comes to this field. One of the ways to make sure you succeed when it comes to digital marketing is to make sure that you're authentic, even if you're selling something. So I try to blend the two to make sure that I'm authentic in as much as I want to sell to you, I'm being honest to you. You understand? So if I'm selling and I have to make you know that, okay, this is actually an ad. But in as much as it's an ad, I tell you that these are the benefits, because people are always concerned about what's in it for them. And that is the message that I always go with. Consistency. Regardless of what content I have to make sure that content is flowing out of my pages every single time. I've always said that posting once a day for 7 days is better than posting 6 times in a day and going to rest for the remaining days in a week. You understand? Also, I like quality content. The content creation has to be very quality in my write-ups, in the kind of content I put out there. And also, I make sure that it's relevant to the people who are following me, so that you don't come to my page and be like, oh, I don't think this is going to benefit me. I want to make sure that if you encounter my page, you always leave with something learned. I have to impact your life positively, and that has been my strategy. People are not willing to spend money to get much on digital. You would see somebody will come to you, Edward, I want you to make this post go viral. I want everybody to get to know of it. And then you ask them, how much do you have? I have 500 cities. How can you make a post go viral with that amount of money? You know, digital marketing, sometimes too, it takes some form of sponsorship, and you have to put some money behind the work before people can know about it. So one of the challenges I face is that people do not have the budget. They treat digital marketing as an afterthought. If they have done all their digital their marketing strategy and everything, they'll be like, oh, we have to do social media. Oh, we have to do web ads. Then let's put some 2 CDB there to do that. You know, it doesn't work like that. If you want something, if you want everybody to know about it, you have to put money behind it to get it known. My advice for up and coming digital marketers: go through the process. Sometimes when you look at the people out there who are making it in the digital space, you be like, oh man, I want to be like them. But it takes a lot of consistency. Just mention any digital media person right now, and you'll notice that they didn't start just like that. They had to go through the process. I started with WordPress when I started blogging, at the asare.wordpress.com. I couldn't afford to buy the domain name at asare.com, so I was blogging on that, and then I got some money, and then I moved on to the my own domain name. I started with social media management with my smartphone, and I'll be tweeting. So I'll go to 3FM in the morning and I'll be tweeting what's going on, like a live tweet. And as I was doing that, I was training myself in the process. You understand? And it grew with time. So I think patience is one of the things that you have to note as a digital marketing personality. Start with social media management. And there are a lot of things you can learn on YouTube. So don't sit down and wait for people to come and feed you with information. Go to YouTube and go and learn about how to use these platforms. It will serve you a great deal. Don't wait for opportunities to come for you. Go chase them. Also, we are judged by what to finish, not what we start. So always have the goal in mind and go for whatever you want to do. Never feel entitled. Don't feel like the world owes you. Just go for your dreams, and that would be it. That's what drives me.